89.3 and 88.5 Yes FM. Online at www.yeshome.com. Now on the free Yes FM iTunes app and the Yes FM Android app, or the free TuneIn Radio app. Search Yes FM Lima.
Brand new album called Mansion just came out a little bit ago from NF, and we happen to have NF on the phone line. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, sir?
Great. I appreciate you having me on the radio.
We are super excited to be able to talk to you. A lot of our listeners are really, really loving the new stuff and want to just catch everybody up to speed on what's going on with you. Now, your stage name is NF, but we can call you Nate, right?
Yeah. You can call me Nate.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep, so Nate is your real name. And for people who maybe are just getting familiar with you, Nate, kind of give us the backstory, your background as far as, when you started music, and catch us up to speed to where you're at right now.
I started music when I was like 12. That was horrible, but, I was just starting out, trying to make music, and I'm 24 now, just turned 24 March 30th, and, just been literally doing music since I was 12 until now, and it's been a struggle and sometimes a really frustrating journey, but I'm really excited about what's going on, and the album did great, and I feel like I'm finally getting music out that people actually hear, so I started writing when I was 12, putting a bunch of money into going into studios and trying to put out records. I put out a couple records myself. Signed a deal when I was like 20 that fell through. A couple years went by, and I went independent, went back to work, and then Capitol ended up signing me, and we put out an EP last year, and then now we got a full-length album out. So.
And where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. So you're kind of local to our area. What part of Michigan exactly?
I was born in Saginaw.
Okay.
And then I moved to a really small town called Gladwin, and that's where I grew up. So I actually live in Nashville now. My town was so small. It was 2.5 hours from the airport I flew out of. I just couldn't do it anymore.
So now you're a native of Nashville?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell us about Mansion, and obviously Capitol signing you and putting out the CD Mansion, and just a lot of buzz around the CD and your music. So kind of go into detail as far as where you're at with that.
Mansion was just my music has always been really personal and really just where I'm at in my life and how I'm feeling. And I think Mansion is an exact representation of that. It's just the metaphor. Mansion's just a metaphor of me walking you through my house, which is my mind. And all the songs are basically just rooms and places, memories, and things that I've been through. Obviously that's kind of a quick version, but when I write music, I never plan it all out. Mansion was one of the last songs I did. But, all the music kind of comes together because however I'm feeling, they're all going to kind of run around the same point because that's where I'm at in my life. So, it's just, I love writing music because it's my way to let emotion out and relate to people, but also just be able to vent for myself. So sometimes after a record's all done and I'm sitting down and listening to it, it's kind of just wow, it's kind of like an eye-opener for me because it really just shows me how I actually feel too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's pretty much listening to just everything that we've heard off of it. You don't mince words.
Yeah.
And that comes through to our listeners too, and I think that's why they've grabbed a hold of it. Just something that we've been noticing is that it's important for the artist to be transparent as well. We know that you guys are real people. You have real struggles just like the rest of us. It's just your call to make music for, your living.
Totally. Yeah, I think one reason the album is doing so well and, the single's doing great, I'll Keep On, is because people yeah, some people have had problems in their lives and they're past it and they're doing great. But then there's some people that are in a position like me at this point in their life and they're struggling with a lot. And I think it just helps people to know that there's tons of artists that are like, I'm not going to write a song about feeling like great when I'm like struggling with something. You know what I mean? I just can't do that. So I think it helps a lot of people to hear like, you know, there's someone else out there that struggles with something right now in their life, and they're not talking about, I used to struggle with this, but now I'm all good, you know, because there's a lot of people that don't feel that way. So.
Well, I think it's a process, too. It's not like all of a sudden, poof, everything is going to be, you know, sunshines and roses and ponies. You know, it's a process going through any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
What are, you know, maybe a particular song? I mean, although like they're all your babies, so how do you choose between your kids? You know, kind of mentality. But is there like a particular song off of the album, or maybe a couple of songs that just really like those just like really stand out to you, or something that, you know, you're super duper proud of, like having it come out and oh my goodness, yes, this is awesome?
I mean, they're all so diverse, so it's kind of hard to, because it just depends what mood I'm in. But I really like Intro from an artist standpoint because I think it like represents like my talent, but it also tells a story. And so I really love that song. And then from a very personal standpoint, I think Mansion was a very intense. The song itself was, you know, it's one of the deepest songs I've ever written, really. So, and I think it just kind of brought the whole album together. So I'd say Mansion and Intro. It just depends what mood I'm in, but I'd say those are two of my favorites. And then Notepad, just because it's kind of a memory for me as a kid growing up, constantly writing music in my notepad. And then that song is just kind of me talking to my notepad.
Once again, talking to NF, and the new CD Mansion had just come out. And we've got a copy of the CD Mansion to give away after the interview, so you'll be listening up for that. Nate, as far as some of the videos and stuff too, and we know you have a video for the song Intro and some other ones. Yeah. What was it like to make those? You know, did you basically have a concept, or, you know, or whoever you were working with, like, hey, let's just try this idea? Kind of give us some insight to that.
Yeah, I'm like a very hands-on type of artist. Like, I want to be involved in everything. Sometimes it's a gift and a curse, but I think it really does help me put out a good product, you know? So I actually have a buddy. We actually shot 2 more music videos. We just finished them. And we pretty much shoot them all. The only video we hadn't shot was Waker. We did All I Have, Intro, and then we just shot 2 more. And, yeah, we just kind of, like, creatively come up with something. And it's really cool because we just kind of show up and do our own thing. Like, Intro is really funny to shoot because imagine, like, you watch the video and you have the music with it, but imagine me, like, walking down the street with caution tape on, you know, daytime. Like, someone's holding the camera and I'm just, like, standing in the middle of the road with caution tape wrapped around me. Like, people driving by. Like, it was a really funny experience, but I love it. Like, I think it's cool. It's another creative side for me to let out, not just writing music, but being able to, like, basically you're performing and you're acting in front of a camera, you know?
Do you like that aspect of it? I mean, you know, you're real, your music is real, it's you, but do you like that aspect of, like, you know, being in front of a camera and you know, acting out what it is you're trying to convey?
I like doing music videos. Like, just honestly, my personality, I've never been, and some people would be like, oh, you're in the wrong profession then. I don't believe that. But, like, I've never been a person that, like, wants to take a bunch of pictures and wants to do all that stuff. It's just not my personality. But when it comes to, like, performing your music and, like, displaying your passion through a video, I mean, not that I'm saying Intro wouldn't have done well without the video, but I think when people actually see you and, like, see your actions and see your emotion, it really tells more of a story. You know what I mean? When people see me, when they hear Intro, they might be like, oh, it's an amazing song. It's really intense, sounds emotional, it's motivating. But when they see the video, it just, I feel like it takes everything to the next level. I mean, I know it does. So I do like it. Sometimes it's kind of like frustrating if you're trying to get something across and it's not coming across. But, I mean, that's everything in life, you know. Sometimes things are harder to do than others, so.
Once again, talking to NF, the new CD Mansion out, and you can check out some of his videos by going online. A song that we've been playing that's kind of been like the sucker punch to our listeners and even us as a staff is Wake Up. Can you tell us the story behind that song before we let you go?
Yeah, Wake Up is basically just, it's a story. The stories aren't mine, but at the same time they kind of are. It's just me coming from a place of like, feeling like I need to wake up in my life, and I still feel that way sometimes, where I feel like I'm just going through life, and even some people on the outside may feel like you're successful or you're achieving something, but you're the one who personally knows, like, you feel like you're just sleeping through life. And so Wake Up is just like this emotional song that goes up and down, even like musically, of like, I'm sick of living in this dream or assuming this is going to make me happy, and I need to wake up. So that's just that's one of my personal favorite songs for sure too. I think it's emotional. I think it really relates to people. So, and hopefully it wakes some people up, which I think it has. So.
We would wholeheartedly agree. I've been hearing lots of buzz about that song. If people wanted to get a hold of your music or find out like when you're going to be on tour, where could they find you, say, on social media?
If you go to NF or NF Real Music, like, you'll find everything, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything. It's just under NF, so, yeah.
Are you playing any festivals this summer?
Yeah, I'm playing quite a few. I think I'm playing Big Ticket in Michigan. I'm playing Free Creation festivals. I'm playing Alive. I don't know. I'm not very good at keeping track of my schedule, really, but those are some of the festivals I'm playing for sure.
I'm sure people could go to your website and find out your schedule. So
Totally. Yeah, I suck at that stuff. So.
Well, that's why, you have helpers out for that and your promotions people. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Hey, we appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with us, kind of giving us some insight into who you are as a person and letting us know about your music. And I just wish you well on this album. It's been a lot of fun to see the reaction that people have had to it so far.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yes, FM.